All right, are we live?
We are live.
Woo! All right, this is the About That Wallet takeover. Let's go.
Happy July 4th, everybody.
Yep. All right, let's run it.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
All right, all right, all right. So, welcome everybody back to a lovely, exciting show over here at the Highway 54. Got DJ Kid Mango taking over his show for the
Hello,
day.
hello, everybody. I'm on the road right now. Going to Pachanga Casino to see a concert.
Nice. What concert are you gonna go see?
It's a Filipino comedian. It's like a 3-hour show, and I got the tickets for free. One of my friends is, I guess the sister is a VIP casino player, and they get free tickets to concerts randomly. So.
Nice. Well, it's good to have one of those people inside your circle to do that.
Oh yeah. I think that's on my bucket list where trying to go as many concerts as I can as long as I have some free time. And so I know it's July 4th weekend, so there's a lot of things happening since Thursday last week.
Yeah. I mean, considering that it is the weekend, I'm actually glad for those of the people that are here watching this right now. I just want to say thank you because I mean, granted, a lot of stuff is happening. Just kind of take a moment to really enjoy what we have so far and kind of celebrate the luxuries that we have here in the U.S. Even though some of them are being taken away and so forth, but that's a whole nother deal.
Yeah.
But for what we have, just kind of be thankful for that. So
Yeah, we're waiting for Carla D3 to be on in a few seconds. I guess they had some laptop issues, and DJ Mr. A is spending time with the family. So
yeah,
guys, thank you so much.
yeah. I think you got lost in
As
the
long as I
matrix.
can, right now, and about yeah, I'm about maybe 15 minutes away from my destination. So I'll hang on as long as I can.
Nice, awesome, man. Cause
So
well,
any
you
plans? Any plans for you on this weekend with your family?
uh, well, since just me and the wife, we're just gonna go hang out at the beach tomorrow, just
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
just to do something, get out the house a bit. So that's about it.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
got
Well,
Mark
we
coming on here.
oh yeah, we have yeah. Well, I've been banned. I don't know if I told you the story. If you listen to this show, but I think I've been banned to shoot fireworks because I know tomorrow we have fireworks happening, but not at the Carmona house. Sparks are
Right.
there this much they go. So I guess I almost killed some of my family members about 2 years ago.
And not to laugh about. Well, we can laugh at it now because nobody got hurt, you know. But geez, what
Yeah.
kind of fireworks were they?
There were 16 rocket shots, like a big bundle, and I think about 12 of them shot up, and it tipped over.
Oh,
It tipped over
oh.
towards us. And there was like maybe 3 or 4 shots left. Yeah, about three more shots left, and so those three headed towards us.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're safe. And how long ago was this? Just last year?
Yeah, well, that's not New Year's last year.
Jeez, man. All right. Well, at least we know who to call if we need to blow up other people. Mean blow up, fireworks and everything like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. I mean, you get out and actually stretch your legs a little bit, get a change of scenery, especially since we had we still in the pandemic, but things are getting a little lighter.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that you're out here and still trying to make things happen. So yeah, but it looks like it's gonna be a fun time today. The weather's being nice over
Okay.
here in Maryland, so obviously it's nighttime, but people still playing music past the time frame. So who knows? Might get the cops called on them or something.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So we had a lot happening. So how's the drive, by the way? What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you, like, I am. I've told you this many times. I'm retired, so the reason why I'm teaching at the barber school is I'm kind of new to the game. About 4 years into barbering, but I've been cutting hair for 10 years, but not really like fading as long as everybody else. So I thought, I'm a little bit older. I didn't want to just grind at a barber shop. So you know what? I have a teaching background in it, in the military. So I wanted to kind of double whammy myself and kind of like kill two birds with one stone. I'm still in the industry, but I'm also learning and perfecting my craft as I get to cut some of the students as a demo. So, and I enjoy, like, giving back what I know. It's the same thing with the podcast. Whatever information or experience I have, I like to give. So I do that for someone's paying me to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So I'm not there for the money by far.
Nice. That's good that I mean, for one, congrats on the retirement. Because a lot of people don't get to retire as young as you are, or even get to see retirement,
Yeah.
and actually enjoy the fruits of their labor. So I do want to say congratulations to you on that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Still young to retire, but a lot of the stresses, that I had before as a supervisor, a manager, or a director is not there anymore. So I don't speak up as much when we have staff meetings anymore because it's not my business. Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, having fun, just living life, and just doing the things that I want to do versus doing things I have to do because of X money.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I do have to say, for one, I have to give a shout out to Charles for coming on. Just want to say thanks because I was actually on his live for IG Live yesterday. Obviously,
Okay.
heavy influence. Had some white rum. So today's my recovery drink.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even get a chance to get the strawberry wine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were planning last week, right, to all do Strawberry Boom, but
Yeah.
things coming up, I forgot it was last fourth weekend, and it's like, you know what? Like I said, if you have a chance to do something momentous and do something out of the norm, do it. And trust me, I love the podcast, and we're usually all together.
Yeah,
But I want to make sure that for those who do tune in, and I think we said at the beginning, we're always appreciative that everybody kind of joins in and be a part of the show. We had remember we had a call in last week. It was our first time. We had
oh
fun.
yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we get. I
You
can't
probably
wait till
won't.
you get
You
back.
probably won't do it today, this weekend, but next weekend definitely. We'll get some callers.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, so it's gonna be I think today's show, and I know I'm pretty much taking over this show for you for today. What is it?
No, no problem.
So the audience that is actually watching right now, what is it that the show really Highway 54 is about for the new people that are watching? Oh man, I think you went on mute. All right, so for those of you who are new to the show, I just want to say welcome. Um, while Kid Mango is figuring out his audio over there. But one of the things is that Highway 54 is a pretty much a podcast and actually a live show where we just kind of talk about more so day-to-day news, kind of talk about some of the things that actually are like common topics inside uh, the community. What's going on, D3? Hey, oh, you got
Are you on? Are you on?
looks like Carla's on.
You guys hear us?
Yep, I can hear y'all.
Ah! We need one of the kids. Yeah, we need to go to Plan C. Plan C.
Nice. All right, I'm glad everybody able to make it. So,
Dorsey's gonna be our D3's gonna be our tripod. Can we
I see an arm reaching over and grabbing a drink. It's me.
right.
We should be able to figure out. I mean, something like this. Lean it on this or something.
I'm glad y'all figured this out. So
We haven't.
well, I know you're trying.
Or this. Oh yeah.
See, this is what happens when I take over a show.
We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Hey, happy July 4th, everybody. Happy July 4th.
Yeah. Happy 4th Eve. 4th Eve.
4th Eve.
4th
Yeah.
Eve. Yeah, 4th Eve. Yeah.
All right, so Floyd, if you can kind of give us one more background of what Highway 54 is before we start jumping into the different segments.
Yes, so I started Highway 54 in 2020. Like everybody else, who got stuck. Myself have a radio background. I DJ since I was 15 years old, and like D3 and Carla, we were DJs. I believe D3 was a radio DJ one time. I'm like, you know what? Let's start a podcast. So I think right now we're at 104 episodes and about 3 years in, and we've had so many other guests come in from across the nation until we found, the core we have now, which is Coach Anthony, Carla D3, and Mr. A. I just wanted to do something like, when people did play pickup basketballs on Friday nights or Saturdays. I wanted this podcast to be something like that, where it's a variety. We try different segments. We're able to banter, say our opinions, no filter, and all that. And as we've been doing recently, drinking on air. But yeah, I just wanted to have a place for us to say our piece, and just have fun with each other, and all the stuff that happens in life.
All right, nice. So again, thank you, allow me for taking over the show
Oh,
as
no
you.
worries. Thank you for hosting it. I'm going to be gone in a few seconds, so I just want to tell everybody happy July 4th, everybody. Be safe out there. Don't drink too much, and go make some babies.
Well, I mean, if you stop making babies, just be prepared to pay that child support if you ain't ready for it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Okay, I gotta go, guys. Have a fun show. I'll try to tune in later on, and I'll see you guys all next week.
All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Floyd.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
All right, see ya.
You're trying.
All right, how we looking over there, guys?
A bit ghetto, but
It gets the job done.
I don't
I'm over here playing around with all the feet.
Can you hear us good?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Cool. Y'all got a team of 4 people. All right, let's roll.
Molly Crew.
Yeah, we got 4 horsemen.
Right.
Ain't got no money.
He ain't got no money. No, we ain't got.
Shine,
All right, so D3, you ready for your segment, sir?
Let's get it. I got some questions.
All right, let's go.
We can't hear the.
What's happening? Can y'all hear me? We good?
I can hear you. I just put myself on mute. Hold on. I'm trying to
Oh,
make
okay, cool.
the
Well,
minor.
well, today we're joined with some family members. We got my brother-in-law Sean and his lady Chelsea. The thing is us being grown folks and a lot of different things that we go through is when people have a different definition of courtship nowadays. So it got me to thinking, how did me and my wife meet? We met online, which is really unconventional to a lot of other people. Funny thing is, a long time ago, I used to quote unquote have a type. The type that I wanted was always something that was quote unquote perceived to be the best option by society. And I was like, you know what? If I'm trying to please somebody else, then ultimately I'm not going to please myself. And my dad said a while back was, you never chase a butterfly. You'll never catch it. You let it land on your net. So having a type was BS in itself. So relying specifically on that, what I did was just open myself up and do the things that I was raised to do, which is, okay, you open a door for a lady. You actually pull her seat out, open a car door for her, let her get in first, and then you see if she actually hits the locks and everything that lets you in. But that came later in life to see if she really cared about you. So my question was, when I was thinking this week was, is chivalry really dead, or is chivalry on life support? And if it's on life support, when and how did it get to this point? How can we revive it? Is it worth reviving? What do you feel chivalry really is? Is it just walking with your lady on the right side by the actual side of the road with an umbrella? Is that considered chivalry? Or is it doing something outside of yourself, outside of your norm for someone else because you're looking for a reward, or you're not looking for a reward, but you just want that person to feel comfortable? Because we all know that women like to feel safe and secure with who they're with. So what is your purpose? Is chivalry really dead, or is it on life support? How do you revive it? What's the prognosis? I'm D3 and I got questions.
That is a loaded question.
I don't think it's dead. I mean, I just think it's like that video you sent us earlier with some people, I should say women and specifically, are a little more independent than they were 20 years ago, or I mean, it's been progressing over time. It's been evolving over time, like where the man went out and did all the work, and the wife stayed at home, was a homemaker. I mean, that was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and times just started changing where women were getting into the workforce more and doing things for themselves. And so with that, I think there became a situation where women were doing things for themselves, whether it be like, the things that we find maybe menial or just like superficial, where it's like pulling out my own seat or paying for dinner or doing certain things, driving, whatever. I think that things have evolved over the course of the last 20, 30, 40 years to where I think I wouldn't say chivalry is dead. I think some people still appreciate that. And it's not that it's not appreciated. It's just that people are just so much more independent these days than they once were.
Which goes along with iPhone, iPods. It's an individualized society. You're supposed to be an individual. Ladies, how do y'all feel?
Well, first let's double on back to what Eddie just said. So Carla, was that your type D3?
Oh, hey, I had a friend. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
had a type for all
In high school, in high school, my type was, she got to have long hair. She got to have bright red lipstick. She got to have blush and eyelashes and all that other stuff. I'm like, that's something that anybody can put on and take off. There's no substance
Sound
to
like
it.
a clown to me.
Yeah, there's no substance to it. So is that more important for that quote unquote type? Is that more important than somebody who actually does something or will tell you about yourself when you're doing something wrong? And that's exactly what I got with my wife. Right or wrong, true or false, she would tell me about myself. Either we laugh about it and move on, or I take what she says because she has a different point of view, and then we adjust and move on. So, but either way, we are moving on, not just me moving on.
Okay, and do we really know what chivalry is?
Me personally, I don't think there's enough men out there. I don't think there's enough men out there who practice chivalry.
Got questions.
And yeah, for real, and wanna exercise it because they think that somebody else might think of them as a simp. No. How can I sit back and do something for my lady that she deserves anyway? We already instilled it in our daughter. You just don't sit back and just accept anything. It don't work like that. You got to have standards. If they don't understand your standards, they don't need to be with you. Mm-hmm. Point blank. She will sit back and wait for me to open the door because that's what I'm supposed to do. She'll wait for me to open either a car door or just even the automatic door. I said, let me get that for you. And I wave my hand.
You can't pull the thing up no more. They can't reach across and pull it up no more. They got to hit the button. They got to hit the button. But you can't do the crank, roll the window down, and all that no more.
Yeah, we don't drive Chevettes no more. But at the same time, just doing something nice for a woman doesn't mean you're a simp. And it doesn't automatically mean that she's going to put you in the friend zone, which you can't get out of. It's just doing something nice without wanting something back. I think, to me personally, that's what chivalry really is. Doing something nice for a person that you're attracted to and letting them know that you're attracted to them, but not expecting anything back. I don't sit back and buy you dinner and stuff like that just because I want something in return. It don't work like that. I'm not entitled to that. I'm not entitled to anything.
Well,
I want to add something to that one because it's like, when do you feel like it's either chivalry versus taken advantage of, or like that sense of entitlement? Because it's like, even very simple, of like you walking up to the door, it's like if they get to the door first and you gotta hustle up right quick to get to it, like, it's raining, like you can open up the door right quick. It's like, so and then it's like every second, and then it's like, you can do some things by yourself. It's like you try to do it as a guy.
Middle ground.
Yeah.
Huh?
Be some type of balance.
Because because we're all people. Like there's no team man or team woman.
Right.
I think that there should be some sort of like middle ground a little bit where it's like, my bad, I could get to it in time.
Common courtesy.
Right. I think that you should always do things not expecting something in return. And I think that's the problem with relationships is people do something and then they get offended if the other person doesn't respond the right way.
Yeah, I cut the grass, so you should do what I tell you to do. No.
And I feel like if you just do it, you don't expect anything. You're just doing the right things to do it for the other person.
Exactly.
And also I think chivalry means different things to different people.
Yeah.
So I think it goes back to the love languages. You have to know how to communicate with your partner and what they value, because chivalry for one person is something totally different for another person.
The chivalry is involved.
That's exactly what Edwin Ballard is saying about chivalry. Chivalry has evolved. It's not what it used to be. Exactly. It's not that it's like worse or that it's like offensive to people now that they, that women, like what Steve Harvey was saying, are you too independent? It's like, no, I think it's evolved. Like Eddie's saying, Eddie Ballard, he's saying, I'm sorry if I'm calling you Eddie out of your name. If you want to be called Edwin.
That's Eddie.
Yeah, we call him
N-O-G.
N-O-G.
N-O-G? Okay, I was going to say N-O-G. If you want to be called something else, leave it in the comments. I was calling
No, because he's going to say something like King.
Eddie B in the house. But yeah, I think it's just evolved, like he's saying. I agree with that 100%. It's not that it's disrespectful or anything. It's just that like women have evolved like over time. It's just been like the gender roles are different now. It used to be these gender roles where like the woman always did bath time, and the woman always did laundry. And the man always took out the garbage, and the man always cut the grass. And now it's just like it's kind of getting intermingled to where everything has evolved. So I mean, I think chivalry is still alive. It's just
it's different.
So it's just different.
It's different.
And I also think it sometimes gets a bad rap because people do it for the wrong reasons. Like you get flowers for them, but only when you're fighting or only when you do something wrong. And that's not what chivalry is to me. But a lot of people think that's what it is. And then they expect you to be thankful when you get flowers, when you just got into some sort of a fight or something. Like it has to be done for the right reasons, I think, not the wrong reasons.
But then at the same time, too, if it's done out of the blue, you don't automatically assume the worst. So, I mean, you think about it, a lot of times we would do something and then I'm not blaming our parents, but they were like, okay, so what you do wrong? You trying to butter me up, what you do wrong? And relationships are like that too. That's not always the case. Sometimes you just want to do something out of the kindness of your heart. It's not always a plot or a motive.
I'm just trying to remember what made me fall in love with you. And these types of things, like some of the times it's like it's trying to keep that alive. Like you have to like.
Yeah, because some people start off strong in a relationship.
Yeah.
And after a while, it fizzles out, and the other person's looking like, wait, what happened to you, or whatever. I mean, that's why I think it's good not to, when you start dating or when you're dating, not to be a representative, be the person that you really are, and just not put that representative out there like, oh, this, I know what she likes, and I'm going to do this, but I really don't like doing this, but I'm going to do this just to catch her, and then after this, I'm not going to do this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So quick question. Since we were talking, so Anthony, when did you know your wife was the one?
It was it was because the thing about it, we didn't meet traditionally either. We met on Tinder, and it's very not traditional. But at first it was just kind of like looks, and then we got to know each other, and then I was like, cool, maybe this could work out, but it took time. And because she knows that she's not my type, but it was just something like I loved her for who she is and who like her mind and everything like that is. So
wait a minute, hold on. We're not gonna just walk. We're not just gonna let that
yeah,
go.
we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
It's
like the next segment, right?
Your type really your type?
We got
just because your type is not what you expected, it doesn't mean your type that you figured was correct.
Right. Yeah.
That's one thing
what D3 said.
It just had to be nice.
Yeah. So you when you said that she wasn't your type or whatever, what made her your type? I mean, what changed?
So you didn't have a type, basically. You thought you did.
Yeah, it was basically with me just thinking like what I thought that I would like, and come to find out that the women that I actually enjoyed being around and stuff like that, not being around, but like looking at, it was always something extra. And it goes back to either chivalry or is it taking entitlement and actually taking advantage of. And that's one of the things I didn't like. And that's one of the things that attracted me to my current wife, was like she was independent completely, to the point where it's like, well, I'm glad I'm not needed. I'm actually wanted. And that's one of the things that drew me into her. And
needed and wanted are two totally different things.
Yeah. Yes. Um, because the sense of being wanted is so much greater, and it's almost like you actually do have to work for that. Versus if you need it, it's kind of like, well, can't you do something yourself? Like, why you all up on me? It's like, you can go make your own money. You know how to pay your own bills. You know where the money goes, where it's coming from. You know how to pay your taxes. You know how to do everything else. So
That money's not gonna hold you when it's cold at night.
I know, right? So that's where I come in. You know, every time you gotta get snuggles on the bad days, you gotta have snuggles on the good days, and I
And
mean true
you
snuggles, not the extra
can't,
like that's a full
and you
hug.
can't have a two-way conversation with money either. What gets me personally, being that I'm only 21 and I know things.
Roger that.
What gets me is the fact that, like you were saying, we knew we had a type, but that type was influenced by what society thought we were supposed to have. And then I actually grew up. It was like, okay, what makes me happy? It was trial and error. I've been in relationships to where I can tell myself just because it looks good doesn't mean it's good for you.
Right.
And then when I met her, she and I just clicked. We talked about music, and it pissed me off to the fact that she would say a song and I couldn't match that song with an artist or somebody that was better than that. And I'm like, she got me. What kind of message this? But that's how we clicked. We clicked through music and through our like DJ Kid Mango said, our backgrounds is based in music. And me personally, like I said in previous episodes, y'all make sure y'all check out the previous episodes of Highway 54. And we talked about how you can know a person through their favorite movie, their favorite music. And that's what she and I did. We would call long distances. She lived here in Maryland and I was in Georgia at the time. And we talked about a whole bunch of different things, but we were all based within music when it came to our relationship. So that's all we did. We talked about music. She like, what you know about this? And I felt offended because I knew that song. I was like, she really tried me. And that's how we grew closer.
Nice.
And that's one thing we still do now. She'll hear a song and be like, okay, check this out. I'm like, man, I ain't heard that before. This kind of dope. I ain't gonna tell her I heard it before. I'm gonna tell her I helped write the song. That's just how we get down. That's what we do. I play 5 instruments. That's what I do.
Right.
So, but at the same time, the type that I thought I wanted wasn't good for me.
Right.
And then I found, or I was presented with something that I didn't know I had. Because you don't know what you don't know. She made me better. And I'm not letting her go.
He's just trying to get my draws.
Hey.
I'm joking.
There's a book that said
spinning there.
Spring training started.
I don't want the draws. Ain't nothing in them. Ain't nothing in them. I don't want the draws.
Nah.
This is my little brother. He's probably about to throw up right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Baltimore Ravens sign over here. Such and such has got signed. Training camp should be starting soon. We talking about draws.
Joking.
GTD got the draws.
Got the draws.
Roger that.
All right. So
But he's so sweet though.
I'm gonna swing over to my segment, you guys. Over this.
Great segue.
All right.
Swing it.
I'm gonna meet y'all in the background. There we go. All right, so everybody, my name is Anthony from the About That Wallet podcast show, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a show. You can call it a podcast. But my main purpose is talking about financial behaviors and ins and outs about it. And one of the cool things I want to talk about today is kind of some of the things that I talked about on. I was a guest on an episode just yesterday just to talk about credit cards. And I want to talk about getting back to the basics. And getting back to the basics, meaning let's go down and take time. Hey, the summer's here. everybody's out spending money and everything like that. But let's get back to the basics. You understand that your credit card has a purpose. Every credit card you need to know that has to have a purpose. So I want you today to kind of look inside your wallet, see what credit cards that you currently have and use often. Make sure that it has a purpose. Are you getting your cash back rewards? Is it fully paid off? If it's not paid off, then this isn't for you. I want you to learn how to maximize your credit cards while you have them. I want you to learn to take things to the next level. I mean, we're in an age of so much information. There is no reason that you should be sitting around here not knowing about your credit cards. So let's go on and get back to the basics. Let's go ahead on and start learning how to take things to that next level. All right, everybody. Again, my name is Anthony, and I am taking over for Highway 54. Let's go. All right, welcome.
We got Edwin.
What up?
What's good? What's good?
Not much, sir.
That voice sounds like we've heard it.
He
Like
sound like that trucker that was here last week.
What trucker? I missed last week's thing. What trucker was this?
I'm trying to reach my wife.
He thought he was in the trucker thought he was in the friend zone and was trying to holler at something good, so he started singing "Reasons" by Earth, Wind and Fire, trying to get her good break. I'm not trying to be messy. I'm just telling you, I notice a pattern. That's
Yeah,
all.
I would never sing "Reasons" on the first. No, that wouldn't be me. I'd have to do something a little bit more personal than that.
That's what your mouth say. That's what your mouth say. Your heart say something totally different.
Well, if I'm getting to know her,
yeah,
there may be something. It wouldn't be Reasons though. Definitely not Reasons. Definitely not Reasons.
Now what? When you sung "Reasons" and she broke up with "Pull Up to My Bumper."
See that would match. That would not match. Not at all.
Oh.
What's good, man?
Not a whole lot. I was sitting here listening to the conversation y'all were having about chivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it was just I was like, I'm trying to type faster than I can talk. So I was like, I gotta get on and see if I can get in there on this conversation. Because me personally, chivalry is something that you gotta learn in your partner, whether what she likes or he likes. You got to know that person, and that only takes time to get that.
Right.
To me, I mean, you can have the best morals that your parents have put you on in the world. You can do everything right as a child. Get to that one girl that you in love with, and she hates everything about that. Which means none of that stuff that you were taught is for any good. It's not going to be good for her.
Exactly.
And it's gonna then you become the dummy because you're doing all of these things, and she knows good and well you'll never ever have a chance.
Yep.
Ever.
Well.
Wow.
I mean, it's good to have those good open up the door. It's good to have all of that. But if she's not inclined to receive that, or she's not of the level where she knows that those are things that are chivalrous, what good is it?
Let them use you.
Take your time.
You just using yourself.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what, yeah.
You want to do things that will put you in a position to take you to the next level. And there are so many levels in dating. You just don't get the date. You just don't get to go out on a date just because you asked her sometimes. Sometimes you got to court that. You got to call her. You got to talk to her. You got to know what to say, how to say it. You got to get to know the person.
You got to know that money language too. I mean.
That's like one of the biggest parts, because if she is one of those people that is a taker and you're a giver, you will never, ever amount to what she needs. She'll always take from you, and you'll always be dry. You'll always be empty. And that's one thing you don't want in your mate. You want someone that's going to compliment what you do.
Oh, you done struck something in OAW over there.
What you got?
Really, Carly? Why you gotta bring up the old stuff?
Sorry.
No, because that's the reason why I had to get out of my prior relationship was because being taken advantage of.
Wow.
And I actually had to close out 7 of my 8 credit cards. So doing it all at one time, my credit score dropped down to 324.
Whoa, I didn't even go that low.
Possible?
Right.
Three.
I had the
Bro,
paperwork
that went to
upstairs.
360. That's not a full circle.
Wow.
Dude, it's not even, no, it's not no full circle, sir.
I know it wouldn't.
So I
How much-
got the paperwork upstairs. They were like, sir, yeah, because you closed out all these cards, we're gonna have to lower your available credit. And I'm like, you guys are stupid because how am I supposed to grow my debt to income ratio when you're lowering it already? And I was like, I don't have money already.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So, yeah.
So Anthony, not to get into your business because we don't need to know.
It's fine. I already talked about it on
Unless-
this. It's fine.
Oh, okay then. All right.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
gonna ask you.
19.
I was gonna ask you,
Remember that. Mhm.
knowing the woman that you're with now.
Yeah.
Do you think you are? Can you tell the difference in your compatibility with her? And
Yes.
did you? How many red flags did you miss? Either you didn't see, or you saw them, and just said, "Oh, it'll get better."
And OG got questions.
I know, right? With my wife, because I was constantly looking for a solid 2, for like at least 4 months. So I waited a full season
Mm-hmm.
trying to see everything that I needed to see, and most of the red flags were not there.
Wow.
Because she was very patient. She's already independent. She had her own money. She already knew how credit cards work. She knew because she's an accountant. So I was like, easy.
Okay.
So the financial game was solid. But also we opposites as far as when it comes to the social. So I'm very social, outgoing, and so forth. She's not. Hence the reason why she's not on this show. So,
Gotcha.
but she will pop up on my podcast from time to time if I ask her to.
Okay.
But we talked about so many different things, like far as how we combined our households, how we actually dealt with the death of her dad, and so forth. So we talked about these different things, but these are the things that we have behind closed doors that we were opening up to the world when she was ready. So able to have an intelligent conversation and about life and actually understanding how we can actually mend our stuff together. Because one of the things that we did and we decided to do was actually keep our finances separate. And I was like, this is amazing because I didn't want to combine anything. My prior ex was one of those people where it's like, well, yeah, we should combine. I should know everything you're doing. I should be able to hold your phone. And I was like, where's my privacy?
Exactly.
Like, even though we're in a relationship, I still
have to have your individual persona.
Mm-hmm. And I was losing that in my prior one. So now with this one, I still have myself and I can go hang out. So I'll call her, say like, hey, we're about to go over to the casino. I was like, cool, I'll see you in 5 minutes. And then, she won't say anything. She was like, all right, cool, whatever.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So was the communication there in the first relationship?
It was there at first, but it shortly tarnished within the first few months. And it was one of those red flags I did not fully understand at first because I never had that before.
So let's say this. You had to know what you didn't like in order for you to find out what you needed.
Yes.
And that would have been the pivot point or the catalyst for you to understand that, hey, I don't need such and such and such and such. What I really need is this type of person. But you knew with that, she wasn't going to have everything.
Mm-hmm.
But she knocked off, let's say, 80% of what you wanted.
Yep.
Or was it more than that?
No, you're right. 80 was it.
There goes the 80-20 rule.
Yep.
If you can get 80% out of the person that you're with, the other 20%, if it's not something major, can be worked out.
Yeah, 20 is a variable, definitely.
Yeah, and it's not for everybody. Some people it's gonna be 30. Some people can tolerate more than others. Some people will give a little bit more.
Yeah, because 99 and a half won't do.
It never.
So
if you get 99 and a half out of that person, you're doing good.
He's talking about the song.
Lord,
I got it. I got
running.
it.
Oh, okay.
Make 100 because.
That's the DJ in it.
That's,
So
that's
Chelsea,
me,
this is what
that's
I want to know
me.
from. This
That's
is what
me
I want to
being
know
messy
from
towards you,
Chelsea and
Eddie.
Sean.
I'm being
Right?
messy. I'm
Right.
being messy.
From Chelsea and Sean, did you have any red flags at first that y'all had to discuss? Was communication like the number one thing that attracted you to her, or him to you?
Well, I mean, I know from my behalf, like I had a lot of trouble early on with being honest, open and honest, because of past relationship issues,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, I felt like I could not be honest at all in my last relationship. And as we went on and on and on, like I've been able to just like feel free and open up, and like for me that was huge for me personally, just feeling like I can tell her like everything. And,
That's that trust. That's that trust factor.
Mm-hmm.
for me, I mean, there's things like that and other things that are worth way more than money to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's things that money can't buy, like time,
Right.
and just like
Common courtesy.
personality,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
just like you can't buy faithfulness. You can't buy. There's a lot of things you
Loyalty.
can't buy. Like you can't buy loyalty. It's just like for me, she's the type of person that just like has this nurturing, beautiful, like just I'm down. I'm here for you for whatever. Like man, I have bad days. I have some really bad days.
Why? What type of job do you have? Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
I don't want to give that job any more credit than it needs. So,
Okay.
Talk shit.
But-
Talk
Okay.
your shit, bro.
So
He has
I
a-
really want to hear from Chelsea. Chelsea,
He has a
what
trust
made
project.
you feel that you could
She
feel
does
like
too.
there was safety and security in Sean enough
So-
for you to allow him to pursue you, and not just pursue you, but to what made you say, I want to allow this man to be able to open up to me on every area of his life?
I don't know if you heard him. He said it's because he wears a size 12.
Hit it with
That's
that pack you have.
Look,
That's
in my
definitely
world, that's a
bonus.
small shoe.
but
Oh.
12 inches to a yard, have you screaming like a retard.
Now you're
I open up a can of worms.
you embarrassed yourself.
A can of worms. A can of
Gummy worms.
yeah. Never mind.
I've said from the beginning, I'm very good at overlooking red flags in previous relationships. Like I don't know. I guess I'm one of those people that can deal with a lot of things.
Okay.
But with him from the beginning, I was waiting, and he says the same thing. Like he looked for the red flags. He's like, we went on vacation 6 months in.
Oh man, super quick. Yeah.
And he told his friends, he's like, I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for those red flags to happen. It's almost too good to be true.
I was just telling somebody this the other day. It's like I'm looking for something. It's like it's not happening.
So does that make you wrong for expecting the wrong thing?
I think you've been through if you've been through a lot of bad relationships, you like build these walls.
Mm-hmm.
But personally for me, our second date, and it was funny because Dorsey said this, about walking. I was walking on the road, on the side of the road, and Sean pushed me to the other side of the road.
Yep.
And the only person in my life who has ever done that was my dad when I was a little girl. And I was like, oh my God, like speaking of chivalry, I was like, that's the sweetest thing. Like I've seen dads do it, but I never had dated someone that did it.
Yep.
And then I had told him when we were talking on
Go
the
here,
phone.
boy.
Yeah.
You a wild boy.
He done figured it out. He done figured it out. Ooh.
Okay.
Ow.
Are we done? Okay. I'm going to say one more thing, but I want his head to get too big, so I don't know. But
Okay.
when we first started dating, I was like, damn, I forgot to go to the grocery store. I'm out of coffee. And that next morning, I'm a teacher, so I was teaching online, and my doorbell rang. and it was like 7:30. And I'm like, who's ringing my doorbell at 7:30? And it was, he had delivered coffee to my doorstep. So,
Wow.
those are the things like there really wasn't red flags. And I think that's what made me realize that it was something that was special. And then just little things that don't mean a lot to someone, but mean the world to other people. So just
So he
thoughtfulness.
figured out who you were.
Yeah.
Quite quick.
And you allowed him to be who he wanted to be in a
I
relationship.
feel like, being communicating is very important. Like,
The number one
telling
thing.
people what you want and what you appreciate and honest.
Yep. It's the number one thing. If you cannot communicate in a relationship, you have no relationship.
Nothing.
You have nothing.
And listening is
Like,
a very important
judgment about past and stuff like that. That's huge for me. And like we judge each other. Like everybody has we
You have different
I feel like I'm able to
experiences. Different experiences with different people.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Let
I'll
me
add
tell
another
you
piece
something
to
that I
that
love about
communication part.
Carla and D3. They talk about everything to each other before they bring it out.
Yeah.
I've noticed that whatever they decide to do, it's a collective effort between them two.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't bring their drama out. They don't bring no dirty laundry out.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
They love each other outside
Well,
as well
pork
as they
chops.
do inside. And it shows.
Oh, thank
But
you.
that's because I appreciate you on that one. That's because she makes me better. The problem is sometimes we as men, I'm just gonna put this out there. We as men, we fix situations. A woman would tell you, if you're in a relationship with a woman, she would tell you exactly what's going on with her. But it does not mean she wants you to fix it.
Right.
I had to learn that off the rip. She could tell me about some BS that's going on with her job, but she doesn't want me to fix it. She just wants to get that off her chest.
Yep.
That's it. Me personally, coming where we from in Salisbury,
You got to go get
and we're like,
You trying
okay,
to make it like Salisbury hard, but
no,
go ahead.
okay, it's 38 on the top 100. Just don't sleep.
on Church Street.
Salisbury is 38 on the top 100 of worst places to be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Mister.
A dog just passed gas and left us silent but violent.
We got a
Ooh.
canine down here. We got a black
He
canine.
up in here bringing the ruckus.
We got a black male canine down here. He's letting off some fire.
Yeah.
Woo, boy.
Proceed with caution.
Sorry.
But yeah, but
Those new pepperonis I gave him.
we were raised to make, as a man, we were raised to make things better.
Right.
That's not the point. And then at the same time, on the same token, if she tells me something, that means she doesn't want me to fix it. She just want to get it off her chest. And I had to recognize that. It was tough. Because I was thinking, oh man, she telling me because she want me to take care of it. No. She just get it off her chest. She's going to work it out.
That is a huge thing for men to have to swallow. That I'm not just here to make things happen. I'm here to listen. That's something that we have to learn from the woman that we're with.
Yeah.
That's something that only the woman that you're supposed to with can teach you.
There's a reason that a queen can move anywhere on the chessboard. That's the point. You could be the head of the household as a male, but there's certain things that you don't need to be dealing with. She takes care of that. But if she takes care of it, you need to let her know you appreciate it. If she takes care of that, let her know you appreciate that.
Exactly. Chivalry is not dead. We just have to find out what women think is chivalry and then supply that need.
Individually.
It comes individually. Exactly. Different for every woman. It is different for every woman.
Yeah. All right, that's why they call it a love language, and that's that new chivalry, I think. I don't know. But so
I think we just fixed all of those problems.
y'all do watch y'all like crime shows, like crime investigation shows?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
All right, so got a little segment here called Pod Decks. I gotta find this Pod Deck segment. He got so many segments on this thing.
Sir,
Yes.
Okay, while you're finding the pod decks,
Yep.
we
Okay.
going. Okay, I was about to say
What's up? What up?
nothing. I was going to joke on you while we were finding while you were finding the pod decks. So we were going to continue to joke on you until you found it.
You know, all right.
You found it, so it's all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And we're working off of a phone tonight, so this is weird.
Oh yeah, we MacGyver this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that microphone is amazing. So
Word.
yeah.
Okay. Shout out iPhone
You know what I'm
12.
saying? We do what we do. This microphone was made in Crisfield.
Oh, DEW. Okay. All right. Hold on.
This episode is powered by Pod Decks. Pod Decks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Pod Decks. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddecks.com and type in coupon code. What's the code? Yes, that's the code. Check out poddecks.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
You know what? I should have just said, since I'm taking over the show, I guess I should have used mine. Yeah, so my promo code for PodDecks is wallet. Just want to make sure y'all hear that. Get your own cards. I got the hard decks over here. But anyway, since we like true crime over here, we got one of the questions from the true crime deck that I actually thought was interesting.
Nasty Nelson. No.
Do you think social media is a cause for some murders to kill? Why?
No. Social media ain't got nothing to do with murderers. If they want to do it, whether they're streaming live or not, they're gonna do it. That has absolutely nothing to do with it.
I don't know, man. I think we underestimate the power of social media.
Yes.
Because people are looking to make a name.
Clout.
And it's like your own public square. Whereas like Abraham Lincoln, he had to stand on a peach crate in the middle of the town square, and had to but whereas like a Donald Trump or like a whoever, they can just go on social media, blast something out, and it reaches millions of people. Not just a 400,000 person town; it reaches millions of people across the world. I think that social media is whether they were going to do it or not in the first place, they probably would have still have done it. But like the fact that I can get noticed, and I can get a name, I can make a name for myself even if I pass away on this.
We need hot dog buns. What they are.
You need hot dog buns?
Yeah, the murder mystery with hot dog buns.
So, but I feel like this
is our niece,
Naya,
an artist,
all the way from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
That's Las Vegas.
What are those lost places?
We got way more bigger issues than murdering people via social media. We got hot dog buns that we need to acquire.
Well, you gotta think about it like this too. There's a lot of people that will
subscribe to me.
Okay.
Subscribe to her channel.
Yeah.
Can you tell them my channel name?
About that wallet, you said? About that wallet, your channel?
I'll try to put it in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to
subscribe to her channel, whatever it is.
Last time it was SJ that was on it. Remember, he was on the hot tub in the background. That's his son.
Photobombed us.
So, but no, what I was going to say is not just some people will record you before they will assist you.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of people are dying because of simple things like that too.
Yeah.
Like they'll wait for somebody he's gonna stab him. He's gonna stab him. Like, are you serious? Like,
why are you not intervening or come on?
At least call somebody. Like, you know what I mean?
That energy is ill to me.
Yeah.
That is like some ill ass
energy. I ain't built like that. Sorry.
Why?
I will intervene. I know I have a family. I know I have stuff to deal with, but at the same time, to me personally,
definitely gonna be
whether other people agree is fine, but to me, The elderly and children and the handicapped are completely off limits. If you violate that, I'm stepping in. Done and done. Whatever happens, it is what it is. But what you will not do is disrespect the elderly, children, or the handicapped. I'll take whatever happens with it. I'm beating the brakes off your ass. Done and done. And I ask God for forgiveness later.
And that is Monkey Shoulder and Jack Daniel.
I didn't drink Monkey Shoulder.
Well, it's somebody else is talking because he's slurring.
Let me just say, at the end of the day, social media doesn't do anything but amplify what the problem already is.
Yes.
People are we had murders before it was social media, so you can't say it's social media.
True.
People were dying way before they were killing each other
NOG,
way before
remember?
them.
They try to blame it on rap.
They got to blame it on something, but they know it's not. It only amplifies what's already there. It doesn't.
Blame it on alcohol.
This guy.
I kind of miss the
Somebody give him a
conversation,
hot
but
dog
I
bun.
believe it's a mix. I think
Emotional, damn it.
I think there's certain people that do it for the notoriety and they get the idea from something they've seen on social media and the attention it gets. And then I also think some people do it regardless. I think it's a mix.
Well, think about this too. What's the exact opposite of like taking somebody's life? It's like you give life and you give happiness and you spread happiness, you spread love. People do that on social media as well because why? It gets it's
attention. It accelerates what already is.
Yeah, and it's so that's why while I don't think that social media is like the best thing for people, because I mean it's just this way of communicating. It's only how old is social media? 15 years old? Like
no, older than that.
20.
I still got a MySpace account.
Well, how old is MySpace? 20 years old, probably about, right? I had a MySpace in 2002, I think.
Give it to
Yeah. So I mean, this, like I said, this public square of like being able to just get across to however many thousands and millions of people that you are able to get across to with like whether it be Twitter with 240 characters or whatever. This is all a brand new way of communicating for humans. I mean, like it's called a Dunbar principle. You ever heard this? Where you can only really sustain like up to 150 relationships. It's called the Dunbar's number or Dunbar's principle or something like that. I may be butchering the thing, but like so now we people on social media have 600 friends and 800 friends and 1,000 and 1,000,000 followers and all these things. These aren't relationships. You have to like, we got to figure out how to tame this beast that is social media. So, I mean, yeah, going back to the original question, does social media, I think it was, I might bet you the question too. Does social media assist with people murdering people? I don't think it necessarily assists, but it does give people an avenue to say, hey, look, I'm about to do some crazy shit. Tune in,
and I'm gonna go stream
or I'm about to propose to my wife live on social media. And that's also like something beautiful.
Or a gender reveal.
Or like
and then they wound up doing a force fire, but yeah. No.
But you see it all the time where people are like, if I get this many likes, I'll do this. Like even for my daughters, they'll be like, I want to do this because I said if I do this, then I'll get 100 likes or whatever. Some people are defined by likes, so I think people do things for the likes, for the attention.
It's a currency. Attention is a currency.
Well, something I noticed that is really
it's an economy, rather.
Sad about social media is how they like tragedy. They love tragedy.
Yeah.
And we had that accident that we had a few weeks ago, and I'm not even like a TikTok user. Like really, I'm still trying to. I try to figure it out, but anyway, I don't use y'all both know I don't use IG like I used to, but I posted a video of Dorsey and us dancing, and I was like, 2 hours before we're dancing, and then, a couple hours later, our light flashed before us or whatever. We had and I didn't even do it for likes or whatever. I just put it up there oh my God, I'm so grateful for my life. And it's like almost 300,000 viewers.
Wow.
I was just like, what? Like,
listen, you do get a dopamine hit from that though, and some people get addicted to it. Some people don't. It's like some people tried crack and was like, yeah, I'm good. Some people tried crack, they're like, yeah, I'm sleeping on this bridge tonight.
I was just no, but that one actually it just confused me. Like, well, damn, like, but I mean, it just confused me. I'm just like, well, dang, you know, like really, y'all, that's what y'all like. And then somebody said, oh, story time. So I told them what happened. I'm just like, wow, it's like this is what y'all doing for like. And I was like, but this was real life, you know. So, but yeah.
Yeah, because one of the things is that you know, as we all know from like most of the times so go back to the question is like, do you think social media is a cause for some murderers to kill? It's like, you know, especially when it comes to stalking somebody, it's easy to stalk when people constantly putting themselves out there. So then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to be here at this time at this place, and I wind up getting killed, and then it's like, oh, this so tragic person, something tragic happened to this person at the age of like 23 or something like that. It's usually for the young, I would just say the younger crowd, um for the murderers, I would say. I don't have any examples, but I did hear about a couple of them at
like
least.
Pop Smoke and other people that have posted where they're going to be at and all of that, and then all of a sudden they die because somebody. Right, yeah. When you put like, oh, we're having a party, or we're here at such and such, and we're doing that, this and that.
Like what happened with Pop Smoke, he taking pictures and posting it online, which had his address on there. Said he was in Hollywood on there. They posted all types of pictures. I mean, dude, you got to understand, not everybody's going to, even if you're a celebrity,
right?
Bottom line, not everybody is going to be happy with you being successful. Number one, you think you're better than everybody else. Number two, they think that they should have it besides you. Number three, if you put it out there, you think you better than everybody else. No, that's not the point. Not everybody's going to be happy with you being successful. So you don't have to put everything out there. Let your success be your actions, not what you put out there. Be successful. Like me personally, my goal is to buy Salisbury. That's what I want. I want to buy Salisbury. I'm not on social media. I'm not talking about what I'm doing. I want to buy it with my wife. I want to buy it. My neighborhood, a lot of parts of my neighborhood, my old neighborhood is boarded up. I want to buy it. I want to buy it done and done. But I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it.
Well, now that I know I can move back home.
And we'll say that again.
Now that I know that Dorsey's buying up Salisbury, I can move back home.
And at the same time, NOG, I will talk to you about certain things. You personally, I will talk to you about certain things to where we as a collective can get it done. Because you got your head on straight, which goes back to not everybody's going to be happy with your success, but you also can't take everybody with you.
You got that right.
Some people are just for a season.
Right.
Love them to death, but sometimes you got to love them from a distance. It is what it is. Sorry.
You got to know when to let go.
Yes.
That's a whole nother podcast. Knowing when to let go.
Know when to hold them.
Know when to fold.
You can't take
know when to walk away.
Love them to death.
Know when to run.
I can't take you on what I'm trying to do. Money. And you've heard of a whole bunch of people that try to take, quote unquote, the hood with them.
Right.
And bad things happen.
MC
it never works.
I'm sorry. I can't take everybody with me because their blessings and my blessings might not intersect. If I'm blessed with something, you should not be automatically inclined to think that my blessing is your blessing. No. I just happen to have you around me at this particular time. But what I choose to do afterwards might or might not include you. Don't get mad. Step your game up. That's all. Sorry, not sorry.
Like it. All right. So, since I'm taking over this show, I want to leave everybody in the audience with a good note. So, I just around the horn. What is something positive that we leave everybody for the Fourth of July weekend until next week, and just to kind of give somebody something extra for the day. So, what is something that you guys are like some good tips or words of motivation?
Keep it simple.
Stupid.
Just keep it simple. Then get your little hamburger, cheese.
Yeah.
You'll get the McDonald's for your one kid.
Yeah, get your So somebody get McDonald's. Somebody's getting McDonald's. That's just the way it is. But hamburgers, hot dogs.
Yeah.
Ketchup, mustard, maybe a little relish. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You'll be all right. Don't worry about all the details. Everybody will have fun. Get a couple cold sodas, cold beers, a couple cold.
Because tomorrow
cold
we're having burgers and dogs.
get a couple, little something to sip on, and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thanks, Sean.
Keep it simple. That's all that.
All right. Chelsea?
What you got, baby?
I would say,
Carla.
keep your head up. Keep your head up. The world is going crazy. We know something's going to happen this weekend. Something's going to happen.
Well, Chicago's going to be the murder's capital of the world.
Bro.
And
maybe Baltimore.
More than the Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, we're doing positive.
Oh, yeah, positive stuff.
Gotta support. We can support. We can't save the world. We cannot. But keep your friends held up high.
Absolutely.
In the morning, say I love you. Just don't leave them out there to be alone.
Come on.
Tell your friends you love them before if you're on the phone, say it. If you text them, say it. I love you. Don't let them go another day without letting them know that you love them. That may be the catalyst that saves them from doing something crazy. Just knowing that they have somebody out there that's thinking about them. So to all of you, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Come on.
This is a wonderful podcast. I really did.
Podcast love.
Yeah. So, I mean, just stay positive and don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat it.
Just, keep on moving. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't know. I don't worry about too much nowadays.
Yes, you can.
I used to like overthink a lot of things. Don't overthink it. Just keep on moving.
Keep your head up.
Definitely.
Things gonna get them tables always turn. Keep your head up. Smile. It's gonna change. Everything's gonna turn around in your favor at the end. Just keep grinding.
Yep.
Kelsey? Enjoy time with the people that matter. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks, and don't stress about what you can't control.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey.
Right.
With me it's pretty simple. Nothing too major. It is just because you can doesn't mean you should. You can sit back and get mad at people and act a fool and do whatever and prove that you're right. But does proving yourself right really matter? That's not the point. Love the ones that you're with. Enjoy them. Embrace them. That's all. Have fun.
True story.
Have fun. Just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean that it's law. Enjoy the people that you're with. And you have a vibe within you that lets you know that the people that you need to listen to have your best interests at heart.
True that.
Move towards it.
True
Live in
that.
the light. Just live in the light. That's all.
All right. Well, that's my turn. So, as I mentioned before, just kind of get things back to the basics, which is pretty much the underlying thing of everybody was saying here is making sure you're loving everybody, make sure that you are really taking time out to say hi to your friends, really tell them that you love them every day, because tomorrow's never promised. But also, I want you to get back to the basics and understanding your finances. The reason why you're in the place where you are today. Remember that childhood dream. Remember that moment when you said, "Hey, mom, I got my first paycheck. Now I can go buy, the poster that I always wanted with Dragon Ball Z on it, whatever it was." But it's one of those reasons on why you get up every day. I want you to take that moment and look back in your last month of statements to say, hey, spending is my spending matching up to where I really want to go to? And I want you to take things back to those basics. So that's what I want to leave everybody with today. All right. Well, I just want to say this has been an awesome takeover, I have to say. Because I gotta get ready for my season 3 that starts this Wednesday. Man.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know
out that wallet.
I know, right?
Out that wallet.
And he didn't even drink tonight.
No, I've been drinking.
Proud of you.
This is a recovery day, man. Like I was drinking what's it called? White rum. I had at least 32 ounces of white rum.
32 ounces.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't even 32 ounces. Are you kidding?
Oh,
emotional damage.
I know, right? Okay.
Emotional damage.
Oh my 30.
So yeah, it was a lot yesterday. So I'm recovering. I didn't even get up to like 10 today. So
You probably
are. I dehydrate.
He gonna need one too.
No, I'm not. I need a couple pieces of bread in 5 minutes. That's all. And give it to you.
I know one.
Give me a couple. We thought about that, getting a couple sliders for everybody.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
So the rest of the show up. I'll keep everybody chatting with us. This show.
Thank you, Mama. Love you.
All right, everybody. Y'all enjoy.
I don't know how to get her thing on there, but y'all, if you can find her, Naya's channel. I don't know.
Oh, just say what it is.
Your mama's
they kept blocking it because I guess you can't promote or something.
Oh, you can.
I was trying to type it in the comments. They kept blocking it because I guess you can't promote or something.
Yeah, just turn the volume down on that.
It's like
teach the youth and tell them what's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, just spell it out completely.
Maybe next Sunday I'll be able to post it, blast it out.
But you know what? I could type it in. Hold on. Just spell it out, and I'll do it.
Let me find it real quick.
Well, anyway, you can follow.
Mixmaster Ed OG, we appreciate you for being on here and giving your point of view. Thank you, sir.
Hey, I just got on because I wanted to sing Mama Carla a song right quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey,
what happened to Reasons?
Yeah,
no, not for Mama Carla. Oh no. Oh,
you go.
Hey, let's go. Let's get it.
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Every day, love your own special way. Down on my heart, always with a smile.
Come on.
Oh, take time to tell me that you really care. And we'll share tomorrow together. I'll always love you.
Come on.
Forever.
Yes.
Anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Quick question. Did you sing that to the girl that you was driving the truck with?
That was Charles.
Oh, so you do know what I'm talking about.
That's Charles.
I was listening.
Oh, he was in the audience.
I was listening.
He was in the audience.
That was Charles.
That was Charles.
Don't be trying to blow people cover.
Ed OG is my dog. That's my boy. You bet not say nothing bad about Ed OG. You bet that on. We fighting, done and done. I'll
Oh,
put these
Happy
hands on you.
anniversary, Ma. Happy
You
anniversary.
fix your mouth and say something bad
Thank
about
you.
NOG, and I'm boxing you up. Done and done.
Hey.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, I can't find it right now for Naya, but we will get.
We'll get it. We'll get it to
yeah.
you.
And then I can
But
add
thank
you the
you.
show notes since I'm taking over.
Are you stay on for after
Yeah. Stay on fast.
post podcast, post show.
All righty.
Post show.
All right, everybody.
All right.
See ya.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we are Highway 54.
Hey.
It's not